So in my adult life, I've only gone to probably around like two kind of like arena events. And my thing is this: they always check, okay? Whether they say that it's a clear back policy, they still check, if it's a clear back policy or not. They're checking everything. So how is it even going through security is my question. Why does it also seem like it's just okay to just kind of humiliate and disrespect women? And I know people say, "Oh, well, who's to say it wasn't me?" We know it wasn't. Okay, multiple occasions we know that it was. Why is it okay? Why would a woman have to always just be okay with the constant disrespect that she's getting from a man? I don't understand why that's been normalized. Actually, I do understand, but can we not? Can we just let people do their job and you not, I don't know, harass them? Oh, sexually harassing people. I know it's crazy that you can't just let someone do their job and not bother them. That's crazy to me. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these videos, and then it's gonna go and talk about some of that cryptos at the end. Let's get into it.
About a 10-0 start in the third quarter. This guy had 3 quick turnovers.
Things onto the court. Obviously, you guys know what the object is. And I just want to comment on, this has been going on for centuries. The sexualization of women. This is the latest version of that. And it's not fun. It should not be the butt of jokes on any radio shows or in print or in any comments. The sexualization of women is what's used to hold women down. And this is no different. This is just its latest film. And we should write about it in that way. And these people that are doing this should be held accountable. We're not the butt of the joke. They're the problem. And we need to take action. Thanks.
Stop throwing them green toys and stop throwing them toys on the WNBA games, because it's getting sad now. Betting sites are starting to pick it up and saying, hey, which color in which game. And that's sad. And the fact that I was really considering putting 100 on red, it's not a good thing. We shouldn't be doing that. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. It's out of control. First time, shocking. Second time, yeah, a little funny. Third time, viral and kind of funny. But the fourth time, now this is a weird conspiracy. Y'all need to stop. Okay? I don't know if the WNBA is behind it, they're paying somebody, or who's really behind it, but y'all gotta chill. I know it's the summertime and we don't have much to talk about as far as sports is concerned. But NFL season is back. We will find content. The media will be fine. We don't need to be talking about goblin glizzies being thrown on the court. Okay? Because I'm going to be honest with you. If Paige Beckers gets hit upside her forehead with one of them, I'm going to laugh for probably 2 seconds, but I'm going to be pissed because I know she's in the middle of a hell of a game. Just like how Kelsey Plum was trying to drop 30 and had to kick one off the floor. Y'all got to chill. Okay? And don't DM me trying to tell me which color it's going to be in which game. I'm not going to put $100 on it. I might put 20, but I'm not going to put 100, so don't do it. All right? Chill, y'all.
Sports fans have long thrown objects on the field of play, from rats to hats and even octopus. But the WNBA would like its fans to please stop throwing dildos on the court. It's now happened 5 times. In the past several games, 2 people have now been arrested. The latest did not reach the court, but instead hit a fan there with his 9-year-old niece. A crypto group is now claiming credit. They say, and I'm serious now, they launched the green dildo meme coin in July as a joke to protest what they describe as a toxic environment in the crypto world. Well done, I guess. The group telling USA Today members of the community are not trying to hit anyone, and also insisted it's not a sign of disrespect toward women athletes. For my part, I agree with Sparks coach Lynn Roberts, who said, quote, "I think it's ridiculous, I think it's dumb, and it's stupid." Polly Market is taking bets on if we've seen the last of the dildo throw. It's not, however, the first time we've seen this. You guessed it. The Bills Mafia threw dildos on the field in Buffalo 3 times against the Patriots in recent years. If it happens again in the WNBA, I hope Sophie Cunningham gets to take a shot at whoever tossed it.
So they beefed up security at the WNBA games. You can't even bring a bag anymore. But somehow fans are still sneaking in the dillies in their pants like it's Mission Impossible, because apparently the halftime show now includes a dilly toss. And to take it up a notch, people are literally betting on what color it'll be. On the Polymarket app, bets are flying in, not for who's going to win the game or score, but for the color of the next airborne object. Last week, it was pink. This week, glow in the dark is the favorite. And yes, the betting is serious. People are dropping more money trying to guess the color of the dillies than they are on the actual outcome of the game. Is this the most guy thing you ever heard of? I know I should be offended, but also I really want to win that bet.
In case anybody wanted to know, yes, it was a man. It was a man. Only men. That's the only species that would do some bullshit like that.
Old Caden Lopez of Waddell attempted to throw a green sex toy onto the court, but it did not reach the court. Instead, it hit a 9-year-old girl and her uncle attending the game. Lopez told police he purchased the sex toy the night before after seeing other incidents on social media. Today, we heard from Braden Bell. He is the play-by-play voice of the Mercury, and he appeared today on Fox 10 Talks.
I think that sports leagues need to bring on a new award. Instead of MVP, let's add an MEP, most embarrassing person. This is 18-year-old Caden Lopez, who went out and purchased a bright green bedroom toy and then purchased a ticket to a WNBA game to throw said toy onto the court because attention is one hell of a drug. And instead of hitting the court as he planned and possibly hitting a player or causing someone to get injured or trip over the toy or just harassing everybody in the building, he instead missed the court and hit a man who was sitting at the game with his 9-year-old niece. Yeah. There have now been 5 incidents where fans have gone to WNBA games to throw sex toys onto the court. He admitted that it was just a stupid prank inspired by social media, aka he just wanted to go viral on TikTok, and instead he's facing charges of assault, disorderly conduct, and public display of sexual explicit material. This is now the second bonehead that has been arrested for throwing a toy onto a WNBA court. The first was Delbert Carver, a 23-year-old male in Atlanta who bought a ticket to the Dream game just to harass them. Of course, both people arrested are men. Raise your hand if you're shocked. Nobody?
The guy that threw the dildo on the WNBA court got arrested, and I think that's perfectly justified, bro. Like, I understand people, mainly men, hate on the WNBA and it's like a trend to do and it's funny or whatever to them. But you cannot throw a sex toy on a professional court with women on it. And it's people, like, I made a video about it and there were people commenting saying like, why am I taking it so serious? It's like, bro, that is sexual harassment. Like, that is like, that's insane. That's not, it's funny because it's like shock value, but it's not funny like ha, we should just skip over it. Like, no, he should have gotten arrested. And I said he should have got banned from all sporting events, and people in the comment section got on my ass saying, you know, it's not that serious and blah 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 blah. But I think they made the right decision to he should face criminal charges for throwing a fucking dildo on a court full of women.
Ladies and gentlemen, WNBA might have a slight problem on their hands. Slight dildo problem on their hands. And I kind of can't believe I'm actually speaking those words, but it has become a problem. And last night at the Sky Dream games, there was another dildo thrown on the floor. I believe that is 5 so far. For the most part, they've all been green, but last night's purple. Why does the color really matter? Well, because you can be betting on this. You have been able to bet on it for the last couple of days. Last night, purple was 4-1. That one obviously cashed. Odds are down to 2-1 for purple tonight on Friday. And green has been the odds on favorite because for the most part, they've all been green. I believe 4 out of 5 have been bright green. So that's your favorites. I read that brown has been taking a lot of money today. That's the book's biggest liability right now at 6-1. kind of needs to stop at some point. But for now, if it's going to continue, might as well make some money off it.
They're calling it Dildogate, an epidemic that is penetrating the WNBA right now. In the past 10 days, we've seen more rubber objects in women's basketball than in a college sorority house. But will this continue to happen? Polymarket currently has the odds at 38 cents. Yes, another dildo will hit the courts this week. Indiana Fever's Sophie Cunningham begged fans to please stop throwing dildos, to which the crowd responded by throwing another one directly at her 4 days later. The viral dildo attack on the WNBA has resulted in 2 arrests for disorderly conduct, with authorities calling the use of the green object assault. The league has responded by implementing a strict no-bag policy for all future WNBA games, but experts fear that some fans might be sneaking it in a different way, if you know what I mean. So place your bets responsibly. Will security stop the dildos penetrating the courts this week, or will the WNBA finally get a grip on the situation?
So it turns out all these objects that are being thrown on these WNBA courts is a part of an elaborate crypto scam where people are making millions. Last week, 3 of these objects have been thrown onto WNBA courts, with a 4th being attempted to be thrown. However, it did not make the court. It actually struck a small child. The first one, coming on July 28th, which at first seemed like a mean-spirited joke, is actually congruent with the launching of the green coin, which has exploded nearly 600% and has an $18 million market cap. Now, an anonymous crypto group did go live on X.com claiming that they were behind this stunt. Pretty much said, hey, for the attention that we got for a $50 dildo and a $150 seat, we're going to keep doing this. This also gotten like major media attention. Donald Trump Jr. just posted this last week, and it's covered by nearly all major publications. And there's also secondary markets being created to where you can place a bet on if it will be thrown on that certain day, and even the color of the dildo. At the time of this recording, the green dildo stock is at an $18 million market cap, and it has increased 45% today. So I don't know if this is going anywhere.